The 53rd edition of IFFI, the International Film Festival of India, is all set to open to a colourful opening ceremony at the Dr. Shyama Prasad Mukherjee Indoor Stadium in Goa today. This event or this edition of the festival will showcase 280 films from a total of 79 countries. The second edition of 75 Creative Minds of Tomorrow, an initiative by the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, is another attraction at this year's IFFI in Goa. The number of filmmakers being recognized is symbolic to 75 years of Indian independence.
The second edition of the 75 Creative Minds, and we are happy to inform that UNICEF is sponsoring the 75 Creative Minds. For the first time, a 53-hour challenge is being done for the 75 Creative Minds, where they will have to produce a film in groups. They will be producing film which will be finally judged by a panel which includes a very renowned director, Mr. Mani Ratnam, and this will give them an idea of the total filmmaking and the effort which is involved, and they will get the mentorship also from the people who are available here.
Film Bazaar will screen some of the finest films and filmmakers in various sections at IFFI this year. For the first time, pavilions will make an appearance at IFFI in line with major international markets like the Marché du Caen.
समारोह का आयोजन किया गया है, जो फिल्मों का चयन है, जिस तरह से यहाँ पर डेलीगेट्स आ रहे हैं, और जो मेरे पीछे आप देख रहे हैं, ये जो है फिल्म बाजार पहली बार जो है इस तरह से यहाँ पर ऑर्गेनाइज किया गया है, जिसमें हमने लगभग 40 पवेलियन स्टेट्स को, विभिन्न देशों को और कंपनीज को, सबको यहाँ पर उपलब्ध कराए हैं। ये पहली बार यहाँ पर इसका आयोजन हो रहा है और हमें आशा है कि ये जो फिल्म बाजार है, यहाँ पर जो है बहुत बड़ा व्यापार हो पाएगा।
And for more on the story on that 53rd edition of the International Film Festival of India that begins in Goa today, joining us this morning is the correspondent tracking the festival for us, Shyama, joining us all the way from Goa. Shyama, good morning. Nice to see you smiling and cheerful there from Goa. But looking at the festival ahead, what's the big, you cannot miss kind of a moment in this edition of IFFI?
Well, the biggest thing we can talk about IFFI is that as much as it's going international, it is also trying to touch the lives of everybody. We'll tell you more about that, but we are here to show you all the preparations that has been done over here. So behind me, you can see this particular selfie spot has been erected. Apart from that, the whole of the venue where the Inox, where the films would be showcased, where the maximum number of films would be screened, has all, been decorated with various kind of selfie spots, all the peacock designs and everything. It looks very colorful, very vibrant. Few hours to go, and then we'll see the opening film ceremony over here, which is the Alman Oscar, the Austrian film, and the red carpet of this film would be conducted over here. And then later on, we'll see that at Shyama Prasad Mukherjee Stadium, the gala event of all the, the biggest opening of IFFI would take place. That is around 4 o'clock or later than that. But as we've mentioned that, as much as it's going international, you've already spilled out 280 films from 79 countries. And apart from that, a lot of international buzz has already been created. France is the country of focus this time around. It's the spotlight, country of spotlight, and several movies of France would be showcased over here. Apart from that, Satyajit Ray Lifetime Achievement Award would be conferred on Carlos Saura, the Spanish filmmaker. So his daughter would be taking this, this honor. Apart from that, I've already mentioned the opening film is Austrian, and the Polish film is the ending. The part where we've spoken that it's trying to reach lives of everyone is that this time around caravans would be roaming all across Goa. It will be going out to villages. It will be reaching out to people in the villages so that they can also see cinemas, the international kind of cinema, international level of cinema, how the cinema and the journey of all these cinemas have happened. Apart from that, the Divyangjan would also be a part of this. They'll be part of the special masterclass that will happen, how to make a film. They'll be learning the basics of making a film. So Divyangjan are also there. villages are also being touched. International, it's already there. With Film Bazaar, the business of films would happen. We've also seen, you've also mentioned that Mashidu Khan had happened, and with that, in lines of that, we are seeing that several pavilions of countries, technology companies, that would be put up there. So a lot of things to offer, a lot of sections would be put up over here, so that in the 9 days, in the next 9 days, starting from today, everyone, something for everyone would be there. The cinema lovers, the legends, the people who are the budding artists or budding film professionals, something is there for everyone at this year's IFFI.
Okay, Shyama, you were there at the Cannes Film Festival, taking a leave out of that Cannes Film Festival when it comes to the Marché des Cannes, or the Cannes film market, which is a big potential market purely in terms of tents being set and, windows of opportunity being searched by the people who come under this particular window. In that context, how do you see the response, especially when it comes to the marketing part of it, and which are the states and which are the countries who have bought their pavilions there in this particular edition of the film festival?
Well, Anil, Marché du Film and the film festival at France, at the Cannes, we did see there, and India, because India was country of honor at this time. A lot of relation, a lot of business has happened with France, and especially in the all the technology section, because we also promoted ourselves at as the content hub of the world, as the leader in the post production as well. Several initiatives were also announced so that we can attract filmmakers from all around the world, and the proof of that, or the results of that, have also started pouring in, and IFFI would be one super interesting platform to watch that out for. Pavilions you've mentioned, we've already seen the countries like Israel, France, all these big countries are already there. 42 pavilions are there, which also includes the tech companies like the Canon, Nikon. All these companies are here to showcase what new technology they have, how the technology can be used in Indian filmmaking, also Indian filmmaking or Indian film tech. The artists or the companies are also over here to showcase what they've got, because the international platform would be seen all across the consumers would be all across the world, and they would be here to see what India's got, because India, especially at this time around, is trying to promote itself as the content hub of the world. So definitely the lineup is super interesting. Now all we are awaiting is for the gala ceremony or for the opening ceremony to happen, and the business will begin from tomorrow onwards. Anil.
Okay, also looking at IFFI. IFFI is also a window for gala, I would say gala premieres that take place. Which are the movies that are going to be premiered there, in IFFI, and is there any big star cast purely in terms of the films that are going to have a gala premiere there, and who are the big names that are going to walk the red carpet?
Well, Anil, this time around, because we've come out of the shadows of COVID-19 pandemic, last 2 to 3 years, we did see that it happened in the hybrid mode, and the physical event was a little less on the platform. But this time around, it's back and it's bigger. It's out from the shadows of COVID-19, and this time around, the gala or the red carpet event is going to be grand. Film stars like Ajay Devgan, Tabu, for Drishyam 2, they're going to be here, because the Drishyam 2 would be premiered around in IFFI. Apart from that, as we've mentioned, the Israel Netflix season of Fauda, new season of Fauda would also be premiered over here, and that shows how much popular the Israeli content is over here in India. Apart from that, other OTT platforms, the serials or the documentaries or the shows, they'll also be here. So Khaki's new season would be premiered over here. That's there. Apart from that, South Indian movies are there. Tera Kya Hoga Lovely, this movie is also going to be premiered. So several movies are going to be premiered in this IFFI, and also the OTT platform is getting a boost over here. So in and all, the feature films, the entire cast of these films would be there. OTT platforms would be there, tech would be there, cinema lovers are there, and apart from that, this beautiful area And if you see Goa right now, it's all vibrant, all colorful, and with the symbol of IFFI, that is also a peacock, and written IFFI written all over Goa. So come
Okay.
to Goa, register yourself for IFFI, and take the advantage of all the good films that are being showcased over here.
Well, Shyama, you are the lucky one to enjoy all that there, while we sit in the studios and see you enjoy them, and through you listen to the feedback and the wonderful response that this particular festival gets. But having said that, this time around, the year gone by, we've lost many shining lights, creative lights from the world of cinema and music. In that context, this time around, how is homage being paid to these big names of Indian cinema, Indian music?
Well, yes, there is always a section of paying homage, and we do see that generally it happens in the opening, and that part of the gala event that is going to happen at the Shyama Prasad Mukherjee Stadium. There we would be seeing the homage would be paid over there. We also did see, as you've mentioned, that lots of the cinema stars or the shining lights were lost. The mentions would be done over there, and we would see that these people would be remembered, they would be cherished, because their work means a lot to the Indian film industry, and that's why the homage would be paid in the opening ceremony itself. Anil.
Okay, since you mentioned OTT platform, Fauda there coming, the star cast expected to come there, Duran and his team all likely to come there. What's been the response, especially when it comes to OTT presence there at IFFI in terms of telecast, as well as bringing their software to the film festival, and also the special buzz with regards to this particular season of Fauda, which is quite appreciated, quite followed in India?
Yes, Israeli content has already been liked over here in India, and likewise, Indian content is also being liked, very much liked there in Israel. India and Israel have always shared a very, a warm relationship, be it bilateral, be it the films, be it the arts and culture. In every manner, India and Israel, they've been bonded very well. So this time around, when Israel got to know that how popular Fauda is, they have decided that the new season would be premiered over here. Also, when we are mentioning about the star cast, they are expected over here. These kind of OTT platforms, other than the Fauda season or the Khaki that I've mentioned, the Indian content, these OTT platforms have also put up their stalls, which is at the Film Bazaar, that would be happening at the Marriott. That is a separate, venue from this particular place, which is the ESG Entertainment Society of Goa. So several other locations have been selected, so that there some places there the business of the action of business for films would happen, and these OTT platforms or technology experts would be present over there. We also know for the fact that Creative Minds of Tomorrow is one big initiative that has started, and this would be the second edition, where a 53 hour competition, because this is the 53rd edition of IFFI. So 53 total of 53 hours competition would be held, and the gong would be set tomorrow with INB Minister Anurag Thakur. He'd be setting the competition ablaze, and then for the next 53 hours 75 filmmakers that will be divided into various groups, they'll be coming together and making a film from their end. So playback singing, cinematography,
Okay.
all whatever the category is there, that would be there in that film. And that film, all of those films, because they are divided into 5 teams, so 5 films would be based on the theme of India. And we also know that we are celebrating India at 75 Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, so it will be
Okay.
on the lines of that, because 75 number of all these creative minds are being selected, and at the end of 53 hours the winner group would be selected, and a huge prize money would be given to them. And also this movie, or all the movies would be showcased on Shorts TV, which is a UK based a dish TV kind of platform.
Okay.
So our content would be shown all over the world. These creative minds, whatever the movie they are making, that will
Okay.
be shown all across the world. So yes, like we've mentioned, that India or IFFI is going more and more international. So this is one part
Okay.
of that content.
Okay, we'll leave it there. So it's going to be an 8-day festival, 770 films. That's what the expectation is. That's going to be screened in over the next 8 days. 183 films in the international section, 550 films in the Indian panorama. So it's going to be glitz, glamour and glory there.